Feminism, the belief that women should have opinions. The belief that women should be allowed to vote. The belief that women should be allowed to drive, to earn money, to make decisions. The belief that women don't need to blow you. Freedom of speech. The belief that women are good at video games. Shouldn't be laughed at while playing sports. Should earn more than undocumented migrant workers. That women have dignity or deserve respect. That women should be able to operate motor vehicles. Should be allowed on the golf course. The belief that women have self-esteem, integrity, or ingenuity. Intellectual value of any kind. Merit. Rational thoughts. Feminists say things like, "Stop beating me," or "I tried my best." Why do you always get the remote control, or "You're hurting me"? It won't happen again, I promise. My eyes are up here. Where have you been all night? Are you recording this? Feminists have been described as unfuckable, fat, loud, obnoxious, disgusting, Rosie O'Donnell, irrepressible, nauseating. Feminists have been described as "shut the fuck up, please." Is she coming? Jesus Christ, why do you have to invite her? Ass pieces of loose shit on the that is fucking cool worthy blotch of nastiness, fucking clotted stain of fucking menstrual shit on the cesspool that is contemporary culture. A source from the medical community, Dr. Dre, expounds, and I quote, "Bitches ain't shit but hoes and tricks." He goes on further to explain that additional tactile attention should be paid to the testicles while performing fellatio. Well-respected, universally popular, and outspoken feminist Donald Trump said, allow me to paraphrase, "Cut the foreplay, I don't need a name or introduction, I don't even need consent, I grab them by the pussy." Following this gynocentric ideology, Mr. Trump was elected to President of the United States with overwhelming universal approval.
Donald Trump has got to go! Donald Trump, you sucking dick! Not my president! Not my president! Not my president!
Before a barrage of hate gets aimed at me in the comments section, yes, I realize that all of this is misogynistic. That was the point. So let's go forth from here, discuss and dissect some actual feminist rhetoric. Feminist Shirley Chisholm says, "The emotional, sexual, and psychological stereotyping of females begins when the doctor says it's a girl." And while this may be true, those not born female are subject to an equal amount of scrutiny as they are not subject to that type of stereotyping, but rather a different kind. Women are the only oppressed group in society that lives in intimate association with their oppressors, Evelyn Cunningham. Well, Miss Cunningham, that is not at all true. In fact, inmates, prisoners, inmates are overwhelmingly male, and they live subject to the oppression of guards, hostile guards, and threatening prisoners. Many prisoners and inmates are subject to beatings, rapes, murder. Women are not the only people who are oppressed. In fact, women in contemporary Western culture aren't oppressed. Let me give you an example. If I have mutual consenting sex with a female partner and she gets pregnant despite the fact that we took precautions, I have no say over whether or not we decide to have a child. Men have zero reproductive rights. If I want to keep the kid, it's not my decision. If I don't want to have a kid, I'm considered a deadbeat dad. Whereas if a woman doesn't want to have a kid, she's considered pro-choice. Oppression is the exercise of unjust power and authority. Women have all the reproductive rights. Men have none. So that is quite aptly an oppressive notion. Also, on top of that, alimony, 97% of alimony is paid by men to women upon divorce. That means men are literally working for women despite the fact that they don't want to be. Both of these, the reproductive rights and the alimony, seem to be an exercise of unjust power in favor of women, which is oppressive, meaning that women are the oppressive gender in society. Now, I'm not going to go as far as to say that. I don't think women in Western culture are oppressed. I don't think men in Western culture are oppressed. I would say those who make poor decisions are oppressed. Another slogan by Feminist is women are leaving men in the dust. If so, why are you complaining about inequality? Another slogan is women are outperforming men in everything. Women can do whatever a man can do and can do it better. If either of these were actually true, feminism wouldn't exist. If it's the rest of my life, you might end up in a shallow grave. Oh, Dan, you can't murder people after birth. Why don't you go for more accurate, believable, and honest slogans? You know, something like feminism, creating squeamish lesbians. Feminism, loud self-absorption. Or feminism, my body, my choice, his wallet.